Greetings of the day to you all. Welcome back to the official YouTube channel of RACE IAS. Today we shall be discussing about the marine heat waves that is creating a havoc in the western Australian coast, and it is an outcome of the climatic crisis that is occurring in the present world. In this photograph you can see there is many of fishes have come to the coast, and these all fishes are dead. Let's go on and see what is the reason behind the death of these fishes. Why is it in news? It is basically in news because in January, in the last month, on the coastal Western Australia, there have been seen that 30,000 fishes, dead fishes, have moved on to the coast. What is the reason behind it? So let's see it. If we talk about what is MHV, the MHV began in September 2024 and is ongoing in the present time also. An analysis carried out by the non-profit Climate Central has said that the condition that has been occurring in today's time is 100 times more probable because of the climate change that is occurring in today's world, as well as it is intensifying because the sea surface temperature is increasing day by day, and in some areas it has touched around 2 degrees centigrade or more. So the current MHW is the second worst in the history of Australia, first being in 2010-2011. Moving on, discussing about what is marine heat wave. Marine heat wave, if we talk about climate change, we talk about global warming. So when there is climate change, when there is global warming, the surface temperature of the oceans increase. That is, more of the warm conditions are created in the oceanic conditions. So the ocean temperature are unusually higher, normal than the present situation. They are unusually higher, and they remain for a prolonged period of time, for a very long duration of time. The temperature of the oceans are increasing. The sea surface temperature of a particular region of a sea, it increases, and it increases around 3 to 4 degrees centigrade. And if it is more than or at least for 5 days, then this condition leads to the production of marine heat waves. On the studies carried out by the US government agency, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, it has seen that this MHW can last for either weeks, maybe months, or even it can extend up to several years. Another study that is published in the Nature is a very reputed journal in its field. So in the Nature journal in 2018, a study had been carried out, and it has said that in past few decades, MHW is becoming even or longer, as well as it is more frequent, and the intensity is day by day increasing, year by year it is increasing. Similarly, a report by the International Union of Conservation of Nature, IUCN, in its 2021 report, it has suggested the same outcome, that is, MHW has increased by 50% over the past decade, and it will last longer, as well as it is more severe now in the present cases. So what are the reasons behind that the marine heat waves are intensifying to such a great level? Let's see it, that the primary reason is climate crisis. That means the changing situations, the changing climate that is occurring in our present day because of anthropogenic activities mainly, as well a few natural causes also. So the primary reason for the MHW is climatic crisis. The global temperature has increased by about 1.3 degrees centigrade as compared to the pre-industrial levels. So during the pre-industrial levels, now the temperature is 1.3 degree more higher than the pre-industrial level, and 90% of the extra heat that is produced has been absorbed by the oceans. So when this temperature is increasing, more of the heat is produced, so it will sink into the ocean. What is the outcome? This in turn has increased the global mean surface temperature of the oceans or the seas, and it is close to 0.9% now. And if we talk about a percentage of it, 0.6% has been increased in the past 40 years itself. So you can see the alarming level of the increase in the global temperature of the oceans is very alarming. Projections that have been made along with this study is that according to Copernicus Climate Change Service, it has said that the condition is likely to worsen, not improve, but likely to worsen if the present situations or the present conditions are way forward going in the same direction. So a 2018 study also suggests that current number of MHW was projected to rise on an average factor of 16 if the global warming is 1.5 degrees centigrade. However, if this global warming is going to increase by approx 2.0 degrees centigrade, then the factor may increase by 23. So you can see if the present situation is going to be same, then MHWs, the occurrence of MHWs will continue to increase and be a prolonged havoc. Now talking about the impacts of MHW. So MHW is basically creating a havoc in the aquatic ecosystem because the sea surface temperature of the water bodies, that is ocean, seas, these are increasing at a very rapid rate. So the marine life that is present in the aquatic ecosystem, whether it be animals, whether it be plants or any other microbes that are occurring in the marine life, these all are impacted because of that. So first will be that there is a devastating effect on the marine life. Second, it has been seen that there is large scale fish kills, that fish are being killed, that we saw in the first photograph, as well as there will be sudden or unexpected death of the aquatic animals over a short period of time within our area. Second, we can see that the kelp forest, the seaweeds that are present in the oceans, like you can see in this picture, this is the kelp forest. This is a brown algae that is in the ocean, that is it is occurring around up to 100 meters. It is present in the oceans, and these are very productive and very dynamic, the most productive and the most dynamic ecosystems on the earth. So because of the marine heat waves, these are being killed, and this will create a havoc for the aquatic ecosystem because they usually grow in cooler waters. But since the temperature is increasing of the oceans, so they will be finally be dead. So that is creating a very typical situation for them to grow. So they also provide a habitat and food for animal life. So whatever animals are thriving on these kelp forests, they in turn will be killed. So, and the next option and the next instant is that there will be coral bleaching. So these are the corals. You can see here the photograph of the coral. So these will start to bleach. Also, these corals harbor a number of variety of plants and animals in themselves. So if corals are bleached, they will be dying, as well as the aquatic ecosystem that they are harboring is also going to die. Thousands of marine animals dependent on coral reefs for survival, and hence damage to corals will in turn threaten their existence. So this is a very havoc creating condition that is occurring presently in the marine oceans, and it is occurring more importantly in the Western Australia right now. So we must save our planet and save our future, because global warming is heating up our planet, and we have to act now so that our future generations can live securely. Thank you. That's all for today. Happy weekend.